Ну, жаль, что если вдруг на самом деле все серьезно, и вот таким вот образом закончит, что все-таки не проявив свои лучшие, может быть, качества какие-то в борьбе, ну, с тем же Юсейном Болтом. Ну, посмотрим. Ладно.
Ну что,
Итак.
все отлично. Здесь, слава богу, никто не нахулиганил. Место Картер. Гатлин выходит. Все, выиграл 9.90. Неплохо. Плюс 1.3 здесь на прямой.
Ну, надо сказать, он напрягся. Со старта у него не очень хорошо все получилось. Во всяком случае, по сравнению с другими ребятами. И, в общем, пришлось напрячься.
Ну, я должна сказать, все равно. Вот он, видишь, вторую победу на бриллиантовой лиге одержит. Если брать он обыгрывает уже всех,
он очень настроен. Я прям вот видно, что он просто за счет настроя сейчас, мне кажется, я вывел. Готовность, понятно, что не очень хорошая. 9.90, да? Стабильно выбегать вот так из 10 секунд.
Ну, там что-то вот похожее, по-моему, 9.90. Ну, у нас есть, конечно, мы можем найти. Правильно, 9.91, он там вот какой-то тоже был такой результат.
Джастин Гатлин, ну, 9.87 Дохи он
даже
пробежал.
8.7. Ну, а учитывая, что он действительно здесь немножко засиделся, ну, ясно, что они все волнуются, потому что фальстарту совсем никому не нужен. Совсем не празднично. И он все-таки выбегает. Все больше и больше он похож на себя вот раннего.
Прям гребет так,
да,
что...
на того, когда он вот мировой рекорд в Дохе-то и устанавливал. Ну что, это радует, что возвращения состоялись. Это
so good for him today. Just reflecting that 5,000 meters, as I said, it really is interesting. That 10,000 meter trial was won by Wilson Kiprop last night. Big kick finish. It wasn't spectacularly quick. It was a good, strong last sort of 2 laps, but nothing there to suggest they've found anyone that's got a really startling kick. And that at the Olympic Games is what it's going to come down to. We're talking of speed. We're over with the men's 200 metres on the far side. Sean Crawford, the Olympic champion from 2004, on the inside. Rondel Cirillo made the final of the World Championships last year, the man from Trinidad. Then Chirandi Martina. Well, he's had his Olympic, would have been his Olympic medal taken away from him after a lane infringement, of course, in Beijing. Won a pretty solid 100 metres in Hengelo last week. Jaisuma Saidin Dure from Norway, he's in lane 4. Silver medalist from the World Championships. Actually, that's Martina. Is catching by surprise, the guys here. As you can see, Hollander has replaced Dix, as one of them talk about. So Martina's moved into 5. We were with us earlier on, as we see Wallace Spearmon in 6. Walter Dix pulled up and certainly seemed to have a problem in the 100 metres. Obviously decided not to run the 200 then. Richard Thompson, 100, 200 metre silver medalist in Beijing. Stays in lane 7, and then on the outside will be Marvin Anderson. So just in case I misled you there, Sean Crawford on the inside, Serena will be in 2. Chirandi Martina has now moved out into lane 5, so it's going to be Emmanuel Callender in 3, Saidi Ndure in 4. Martina in 5, Spearman's in 6, Thompson in 7, and Anderson in 8. Just dropped again slightly. And after a couple of course, the men's 110 hurdles at 12:87 clock and a very fast 400 metres. Really big races already. And looking for the men's 200 to try and produce something special. But without Dix, that may well not be possible. He would have been the star man here.
And that concludes the men's shot.
Not really fair on the sprinters. The announcer should have known better. He's down here. He's talking about the shot and then, of course, encouraging the crowd to applaud, not even noticing there's a 200 metres on the far side.
That's very poor stadium coordination, with all due respect. Normally this meeting is presented absolutely supremely. A little blip there, I think we should call it, because it has been a great afternoon's athletics with this 200 metres and then the Bowerman Mile yet to come.
I think it was a big blip. It was Reese Hoffer that we were talking about.
And back in the blocks for the Nike men's 200.
So Crawford right on the inside lane 1, Cirillo of Trinidad, his teammate Emmanuel Calendar outside him in 3, Saidi Ndure in Norway in 4, Martina in 5, Spearmon in 6, Richard Thompson from Trinidad as well in 7, and Marvin Anderson closest to the camera in 8. We get away safely this time, and starting well, Saidi Ndure and Martina right in the middle. Saidi Ndure running the best bend so far, but also going well in 7 is Richard Thompson, and then inside them a great run from Calendar and Cirillo. Cirillo perhaps with just the lead here. Look at Wallace Spearmon storming away though. Spearmon now pulling away very, very clearly from Martina, and he looks across for a 20:27 clocking. Not that quick. Hadn't run the best of bends, Spearmon, but in the home straight found an extra gear as others faded. And given the high quality of many of the races we've had so far, that might not be, if you had to pick a highlights package, that might not make it, I have to say. But Spearmon will be happy enough with the win, and his season is running up quite nicely at the moment.
Well, Steve, they were unlucky. Minus 2.1 wind there in the faces of the sprinters. Spearmon, who is one of the underestimated athletes of this event, frankly. He's the 7th fastest man in history, is Wallace Spearmon. On his day, he's very special. He's a 1965 athlete. He's run about 7 or 8 metres quicker than that. But he does run a conservative bend. You can see that there third from left as he begins to make up ground on Richard Thompson outside him in those dark glasses. Now he begins to work, and this is frankly the best part of his race, the second half. I'd love to see him run a 400, a bit like old Frankie Fredericks should have done, in my opinion. But that's a comfortable win, as you say. The time does seem modest, 20:27, into a -2 wind, and with a bend that was perhaps a little bit too conservative. Maybe it's not so bad after all. He'd have been around 20, I suspect, in still air. But you're right, Dick's very much missed.
Something must happen when these races are on, because I looked at the flag before and I'm looking at it now, it's not even moving. And even the wind gauge little flag that's down in the arena is hardly fluttering around, and they get a -2 clocking. Anyway, another good win for Spearmon. He has been in good form this year, has run under 20 seconds. Didn't need to go that fast here, and as you said, that bend really needs to be a little better. But did finish very, very strongly indeed.